The laning matchups don't look too hot, but of course, you gotta know these players are comfortable going into the leaving their comfort zone in a way as well, because they've played some of these matchups. You ask a player, "Are you okay picking this hero into this lane?" And like, yeah, give me that. I'll win this lane for you. Just get that confidence boost. So they put themselves in a tough position theoretically. But of course, Dota is about execution. It's not only about the draft. So what we can tell about the draft is I favor Neon's draft maybe 70% to 30%. But execution is really what's going to decide how this game is going to go. Because it could also be Neon doesn't punish them during the laning stage. And that's a free pass for Darleng.
Yeah, I would say that this game is very simple for one player on the map, and that's Ken. And he needs to perform. Like this feels like a really easy keeper of the light game. The only problem that you've got on Kotal this game is Bounty Hunter, because he has stun now on Shadow Walk, and he can scout you out easily. Stampede last, so but even when you Stampede, you're not faster than Kotal. You know, he's still running around on like 500 movement speed. So, but his game should be simple. Get that vessel very fast. Even the laning stage is easy if he's laning into Dragon Knight. Yeah, so it's not a bad it's a great matchup for Qual.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of perks going on the side of Neon, but also when you look at, like, when I mentioned 4 melee heroes, or maybe 3.5 because of the DK form, there's definitely a lot of shock and awe with this dire draft. If they find the Lina, jump on top of her, could be a powerful tool to abuse. They got the sentry down on the ground. Jotun is going to get tossed in first. Neon fighting back, but Axe is also in the middle of the fray, and he's getting body blocked. And JG looks like he's going to go down. They do get the heal out from Bombi, so no Arctic Burn for him in the laning stage. They save him from all the physical damage, and no first blood to be given here.
Yeah, I said nice, and then I'm thinking, damn, like you just have Cold Embrace in your lane. But it's fine. Arctic Burn level 1 is important to properly, but we're playing with an axe. Can't you do the old school pull Ancients into Cold Embrace axe, defend, stack kill it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still spin in the Embrace. Jotun trying to steal the rune, not going to be successful in doing so, so it's going to be a 2-for-2 split with the bounties. And we are officially underway. This is the lower bracket final, so a win here for either team is going to credit a spot in the grand finals for Southeast Asia. And that Southeast Asia slot, it's only for one team, and that's the winner of the grand finals. It's a best of 5 that's going to be played after this BO3.
How many slots does NA have? I know you casted NA too.
1.
Okay, good. Then I'm fine with SC. Only 1 slot. And it's fair.
Yeah, Shopify took that slot. That was a 5-game series with Nouns, 3-2. That was actually a pretty fun series. I was watching a bit of that. I thought it was already over at the 2-1. But Nouns apparently turned that one around and forced it to 3 games. They played 3 60-minute games in a row, if I remember correct. Actually, 2.
A bit sad for Nouns season after season. You know, this team always finishing. I mean, in DPC,
and it went the furthest in TI out of all North American teams, despite the roster being changed. But it's still the organization that's riding on a lot of high after TI.
Yeah, they tend to do a lot if they manage to qualify.
But at least showings like this, you need to actually get into the tournaments, because no DPC this year. You gotta make every international LAN pay off. Basically, these qualifiers are kind of like the difference between life and death for a lot of rosters.
By the way, I know he took Cold Embrace as a failed move to just save Axe, which is, I mean, it wasn't the Cold Embrace wasn't failed. But this Cold Embrace level 1 in the lane is absolutely fantastic. Like, look at the trades that they're doing on top.
Yep.
Full HP, both of them. 50 mana for Cold
They
Embrace.
might be able to kill this bounty here as well
Yep.
with the damage output slowly burning with that battle hunger.
No
and he might just
detection.
die. Let's see if the ticks are going to be enough. He's looking for the deny from the camp, and JG
Oh,
gets a
gets
tick.
him.
They hit so low, so slow, that JG gets a battle hunger tick in between, killing Jotun and Neon for the first blood.
He should have attacked a different one, because the bigger harpy has 33 damage. So
And he
2 more
stunned
damage.
him.
Yeah, maybe would have dealt a bit more, but in any case, this is a scary lane. Arctic Burn plus Battle Hunger, it's a lot of ticks.
Yeah, that's what you get for playing a support with 9 armor.
Yeah. What's
Palos
happening?
dropping fairly low here as well. Does get the time walk out. But they're slowly getting control over this lane. Palos is falling a bit behind in CS in the top lane. And also we haven't really paid attention to bottom either that much.
Yep.
But this is not a great harass lane for Cuckoo and for Drick to apply a pressure onto Lina when they're still level 2. You need a couple more levels to really get the jump on these two.
Yeah, like level 3 is where it's at for Dire on bottom lane. You get to flame break the Lina into a stun and then maybe do something off of that, but Marcy is no joke. This hero protects you very well, and as long as they actually set up their stuns properly, which is not something they've managed to do. One thing that out of that whole engagement, by the way, around the mid lane when Axe almost died, one big deal is they still blocked the hard camp. Blocking this hard camp against the Coddle is a big deal, because that's where he gets most of his farm, just stacking it with Illuminate and farming it together with the mid lane.
Yeah. And they also got a D-ward with that same sentry when that first fight broke loose.
Yes, yes,
So it's
exactly.
like double value.
You mentioned it, yeah. It's super value.
Sure, you're about to drop not quite enough for Bombi to kill me, but we're looking at bottom. CDR is forcing Cuckoo away. There is a Batrider yoinking the wave. Trying to bring it to Cuckoo, so Batrider could also hit level 3. You can get that 1 point in Napalm if you really want that extra movement speed slow. It's not a great amount at level 1, but it's something. It's stackable.
Yeah, of course, and he's gonna get... He had almost no mana, and now he gets the Water Rune, because Kotl isn't going for one anyway. So he takes it.
Yeah. The funny thing is you're playing stack versus stack in the bottom lane. You have Napalm 1.5% and Fire Soul with 1%. Palos looks okay.
Yep.
Jump, well, not that okay. I mean, he's alive, but not feeling very healthy. But yeah, you got 1% from Fiery Soul and 1.5% from Napalm. And Napalm stacks more times compared to the Fiery Soul stacks, which cap at 7. So Batrider will always get more slow in compared to the Lina's movement speed.
Yep. So far, the only hero perhaps doing a bit better than I expected is Yaoi on mid. Like Dragonite actually doing fairly, like doing well, very well for himself.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's a DK, sure, but into Kotl, DK doesn't feel that great. But okay, until level 6 it's like this. Once you hit the dragon form, you think you're stronger, but you're weaker because Kotl hits 6 as well. And then...
Yeah, but
oh,
he's going to force Ken to TP to a tier 2 tower. He's afraid of that DK.
I don't think it was the DK, it was probably this Batrider. There's no reason to just TP like that. The stun was gone. They're going on him.
This mate here, Castaway, does get the connection. He is pulled in closer, and Ken, an Illuminate is available, and he's going to drop it as that stun ends. And there goes your DK with the help of 2 supports rotating in, and they can happily do this because Axe is dominating the top lane. JG is already very capable of standing his ground, and when you make that move, all you need is just Lina to play safe, and CDR is no trouble.
Yeah, for now, no problems for now on him. Like once Centaur hits 6, it will be a bit more difficult to stay safe with Lina. But you see what I meant earlier. Like Dragonite hits 6, he thinks, oh, I'm gonna Dragon form and hit this tower, and then this Kotl just goes Spirit form, deletes your magic resistance.
Trying bottom. Cuckoo is dropping low here. He does get the stun to connect on Marcy. Marcy's actually out of mana, so no dispose. But But yeah, you're right about that. Like this DK syndrome strikes. It's a real thing. Wisdom in 10 seconds.
Looks like Ken wanted to maybe even steal it, but never mind. He has his travels to play with now, so Ken def mid, Ken gank.
Yeah. Race car coddle.
Pretty much. Like, realistically, the best thing he can do at the moment is still farm. Just finish off your vessel. Once you get the vessel, this game becomes... Oh man, it just feels great to play Kotl here. That's how I feel. I'd love to play Kotl in a game such as this one.
And I get triggered at games where you have to play against Kotl that builds full-on movement speed, and you might have limited stun and catch in your team, where you have like boots of travel. JG actually could get a good two-man call here, and a couple hits only, but they're not the fastest attackers, so he's not spinning at all. Almost killing Palos there, but JG will finally end up dropping. But what I was going on about the Kotl is when you have these stupid builds like DK.
He's dead again, maybe. Let's see. Can they catch him?
Pick up the blood grenade. 5 seconds for another Illuminate. Doesn't have the mana for it, so they're just doing it the old-fashioned way, just right-clicking away, and they will get this kill. The creeps will actually get the kill, so it's a split between the two.
Yeah. His tower is even taking more damage than Kotl's. Like, this is every DK's worst nightmare, more or less, so... What you really want to do here is probably bring the bounty and some more heroes if he wants to pop that form and hit. He cannot do it on his own. He'll die every time. Binding light is way too strong.
But yeah, like, I'm never going to finish my point about the Kotls, but yeah, they just go full-on movement speed build. Yep. Well, Palos gets dunked by JG. He drops low from the Splinter Blasts and the Arctic Burns. And JG just walks in to drop that axe on top of his head. So that's his first cold armor stack.
Yeah, like the lane's going really well for Radiant.
I have a lore question for you, Lizard. You're great at these.
Yes, sir.
If you look at
anything
Axe,
about lore, but
if you look at Axe and you look at his buff, the cold armor, which is the stacking buff, why does he harvest armor? We were wondering about this with Fear. Why is Axe harvesting armor when he's decapitating someone? Where does he put it?
It's not like the... He decapitates people. He takes their head off with the axe.
Well, why does he take their armor? Well, Bosku is getting pummeled here by the Laguna Blade, and CDR almost kills himself, but just in time for the Centaur to drop first. Jotun down dead as well, and CDR won't get enough regen out of the Marcy. Pat Ryder will throw in the lasso, burn Castaway a little bit, but Castaway will survive.
Top lane, Palace. Can they take
Palos
his
at the same time.
armor again?
Response, and drops the Chrono to get away. But is he gonna get far enough is the question, because Bombi is still chasing him. 6 seconds for another jump. Kotl is also coming in. Ken thought he's over with the fight, but he has to go back in, and another Time Walk is available. He will again disjoint Palos. Oh, sorry, he will disjoint himself from Ken. And here comes the DK, intervening, jumping on Bombi. Bombi trying to TP away, but Jotun's there for the TP cancel. Bit of healing coming in from Ken with the Illuminate, but Bombi's fate is sealed. They didn't go all the way to commit on this Faceless Void.
I don't know why. Like, Ken had him. Like, that was that was the easiest kill ever, but he moved back for some reason, and then the Void has enough time to time walk again. Look, did you ever watch The Highlander?
The Highlander?
Yeah. It's like an old movie. Sean Connery is in it. And there
oh, yes, Sean Connery, yes.
There can only be one. Have you never watched that? Anyways, there's it's like there are these chosen warriors born on Earth, you know, like they're immortal unless you decapitate them, but they can only decapitate each other to gain power. So every time you kill someone, you gain his like power, you get it. So Axe is basically a Highlander. He kills someone and he takes their soul. It infuses. So he's not really stripping the armor off of them. He's just taking...
Ah, yes. Axe is actually from Scotland, right?
Yes, exactly.
He's a bloody scallywag who just takes all your armor.
Well, he is wearing what's it called? Like a Scottish skirt or something. What
It's called a kilt.
a kilt. He's harvesting. What's Scurf saying? I bet it's something. All the other heroes are cattle to act, so he harvests them. Oh yeah,
Harvest cattle. Okay.
yeah, makes sense.
Cattle
Blink on
decapitation is a great metal band, by the way. CDR gonna get pulled by the lasso from Drick, but there's a curse and some TPs coming in. CDR needs that heal. He gets it. The call comes in between as well. Cuckoo can't finish off CDR. Finally dies to Jotun, throwing that shuriken in his face. Cuckoo trying to run out. He will get killed. Drick TPs out just in time. They got the Lina kill, but it almost cost them a whole lot more.
Yep. So if you are Darling this game, you just have to create as much chaos as possible. You know, to make these crazy moves, then stampede out, like kill off Lina, stampede out, do stuff like that. I feel like it's your only way to play the game properly. They're hunting Bounty. They know he's around. They don't know exactly where, but
He's actually stalking CDR here. If he goes for the poke, he's not going for the poke.
maybe track only. His invis is
He's
running
casting
out,
track, and now they're like, uh-oh. Gank squad right behind me. Axe is going elsewhere. Do they have any sentries around?
They have a
No.
sentry. They have a sentry, but he's not running into
It's
it.
not down on the ground, yeah. They're probably going to put it down now. And Bounty's on the other side. He's scouting out. They have some stacks in here. Sentry's still far away. Jotun is really playing hide and seek here. Ken is right nearby. He actually gets a really sneaky ward placed back here too. It's a really good ward for scouting out movements out of the base, seeing courier movements. Those can't be hidden in smoke, so
He doesn't have a TP, by the way, on Bounty. so
Marcy's pinging this location, actually. Dude, they're onto something here. They missed the dust.
Yeah, X is pinging. X pinged exactly where he was. There you go. They know.
Now they finally know where he is, and the chase comes to an end. How do you read this? Like, ugh.
He's tracking them constantly.
He's tracking people, but
so
man, that's such a you got 4 directions. You got to guess where he is, and they picked the right one.
yeah, but there's a sentry, so he can't like they had 2 exits covered, so he
But what
couldn't
about
move.
here or here? Like,
Yeah, because sentry was there, it just disappeared. It was around.
also there was an older sentry. Okay, I just didn't see it
yeah.
there. Yeah, I guess it makes sense then. Still a good read, and actually wasting that much time to go at him. You know, he could have been between the mid tier 2 and the stairs, so
he could have
just ran out.
That's something that I expected as well, because he didn't have a TP. I expected him to be running that way too, but
Yeah. They're pinging Cuckoo here. They've got the blink on Axe. They just don't have any creeps for spin, and I think they need exactly that. He's got a very tiny bubble on top of him. Bombi gets killed on the other side of the map. That's a kill for Palos. He used his chrono for it, and now onto the big one, which is the Centaur. You've got the Marcy lassoed up, and the stun's coming through. And they will take down Marcy, and now also bullying Ken a bit here. You got your 2 cores trying to run away. Can he TP out? Yes, he can.
barely.
The Coddle would have been bad. Very bad.
Yeah. That was quite a big mistake from them. They engaged without having spirit form. Like 10
they
seconds.
just lost 2 heroes in a row. They get the call onto the Bounty Hunter with the blink from JG. And now there's no backup around. They've got the dust still, so they've got Bounty Hunter locked in. Target
They
acquired.
have the curse as well if needed.
Call available. Bumpy's on the other side. There's the blink. And they want that dunk, but they're not really getting any damage in. The Wyvern's not even right-clicking. So he's probably not going to do a lot of damage to this Bounty anyway.
They're just not committing. This whole game, I feel that they should be committing more. Like, one player goes one way, the other falls back. You know, they're just afraid of some stuff, and I'm not sure what. Like, okay, if he had Stampede, but you know that he doesn't have Stampede. He just used it, so yeah. I feel they could have abused this early game a bit more, but in any case, they are in a decent spot. Kotl getting Dagon next.
Okay. He's done playing tricks and games. Guess
It's a
they
good
needed
Dagon
that
game.
extra burst.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's a pretty good Dagon game for him.
Where would you rank Dagon on a tier list?
I never buy it. Literally. Like
So
I
it's
only
like
buy
F.
it. I only buy it on Nyx Assassin, and it's pretty good on him. But besides that, like, I don't know. I just don't buy it. This
It's like
bounty,
S tier on Nyx, and then you have F tier on everybody else.
yeah, pretty much.
And Jotun is just causing havoc, creating havoc at the backline. Snipes a casual courier there, while he's next to the enemy team.
Yeah, he's giving a ton of info. He's creating so much space for everyone else to feel safe and farm wherever they want to farm, because he's killing couriers, but most importantly, he's giving vision. He's just showing where everyone is. If you
He wants to track. He gets the track on Axe at least.
Yep.
Finally done with the bottom tower. Gonna get slapped by a Dagon. Also juicing a lot of HP to the Illuminate blast here from Ken. He's forcing out a defensive stampede. Still making a run for it.
Him, yeah.
Just needs one more Illuminate, but he's gonna have to chase Cuckoo for this. Blinks out, TP's away. Ken won't find him. Bat also, yeah, getting the initiation onto Bombay at the same time. Can they get a bit of healing? Yes, they do. The curse is onto the Bat Rider. Bombay's trying to get out of there.
Yeah. Bounty is behind, by the way. Maybe he can create a snipe here on the Wyvern. They know where he is. They just can't him. But you see how... I'm not sure what's happening to Neon, but they are very... oh, I don't know. Wyvern. It's gone. It's an easy kill. Like, they're very reluctant to commit. Like, even on this bottom lane, Centaur would have died if they curse after he stampedes. But Wyvern doesn't want to go close enough for that to happen.
Yeah, you're right. They are playing very defensive, passive here. I'm not sure if I like the approach from Neon in this game so far. They throw Gleipnir and a Bat Illusion. CDR getting surrounded. Oh, they actually find Jotun here, and they've got the wards in the lane, so that's an easy pick. Quick Laguna Blade.
This Keeper of the Light needs a stack. Like, he doesn't have Spirit Vessel. He needs a stack of Spirit Vessel. It looks like they want to go rush. Lina is tracked, so this will be obvious, but on the other side, do we have any big items? Like, there's nothing huge allowing you to fight. No BKBs yet.
It's just the 3 Blink Daggers. It allows you to kind of... It allows you to open up the fight, but
yeah,
it's not like you're sustaining far enough to win fights. I mean, it's really down to this Faceless Void. He needs Mjolnir. He's only got a Maelstrom and a Mask of Madness. A bit lacking on the damage department to fully commit. If you've got Mjolnir, then you feel a bit more bit more safe. And it is, again, so many heroes into Axe as well. So if they stack their blinks, you don't look too good. Yoey does get the jump on Axe. Axe actually misses the call, but they're coming through the portal onto the DK. DK found himself very alone, but here comes Palos and the Chrono. It's on 3. He goes straight for Bomb. B takes down the Winter Wyvern. That's going to be number 1 onto the Marcy as well. They got the stun connected there. They got the last one to Lina. Castaway trying to make a run for it as well, but Palos going to be relentless on top of him. CDR now left all by himself. The Aegis will burn, and they do get the turn on the side of Team Darleng. And now they will finish off CDR as well, making it 4 kills for Team Darleng.
Oh man, they just got destroyed. This is... they're so timid. They're not making any moves, and then they decide, hey, let's TP and go through the portal. And we know they're on the other side.
The best part of it was they kited the Axe out early on in the fight, so they could all, after that, just cluster.
Yeah, exactly. And you really need this Axe to jump the void in these fights. He needs to be the one. This is... That was a disaster, absolute disaster for Neon, who looked really damn strong in the laning stage and post-laning stage, but...
Yeah, but then basically the last 5-6 minutes has been really passive for them. They just go for the absolute secure kills that they can get. Now they're using a curse on Cuckoo. Lina's TPing in now, but he just blinks out of the curse. Like, what the heck? Now maybe even a kill for Drick. Oh, that was super optimistic for him. He's just going to get blown up by CDR. Well, he made an effort. He tried.
Yeah. They get that at least.
But they didn't get Cuckoo, which is the one that stings the most.
Mm-hmm. Did you say Cuckoo stinks the most?
No.
Oh,
it stings the most.
It's your
Oh, and of course it
Finnish
stinks
accent.
when you don't kill your enemy's offlaner when you already you're cursed.
I'm just messing with you, man. I know.
But it
I
also
know
stings.
Yeah, they're gonna. Centaur looks like someone that would have a very. Oh, he's like an Old Spice guy, you know. Centaur is an Old Spice guy. I feel like.
Centaur is Terry Crews.
Yeah. I mean, Axe is Terry Crews, but Centaur is. Yeah.
Power.
Yeah. And Anti-Mage is probably some super expensive perfume, you know, like some 300 euros perfume.
Yeah.
Top lane.
Yep. Trick. Good chase under the tower. Also easy kill there for Neon. Again, they can secure these easy kills. Usually when the Lena's around, they make them happen. Not always, but now at least they've understood that they can't let these kills keep on sliding away because Void is getting stronger.
Yep.
Has that Mjolnir now, so Palos is a real force on this Face's Void. Everything else he builds on top of that is just going to make him stronger. But Mjolnir really is the breaking point for this hero where he ascends to another level.
Yeah, I felt like I really felt like they had stronger early to mid game, and I still stand by that. The execution wasn't really there from Neon so far, but they're not out of it. The fact that they're 7k behind, I still think that their draft is strong enough to fight Dire off, to fight Darleng off.
The funny thing is, Lizard, I remember when I said I favored Neon's draft 70% to the 30, but then also mentioned that execution is the one that really defines this game. Well, yeah. Now they're kind of getting bullied here. They might just lose the Coddle for the first time. JG coming in with a call, saving this Coddle, pushing him elsewhere into a safer spot. CDR finishes off Cuckoo. The lasso is onto Ken. Ken finally killed. Palos coming in with a Chrono. It's only onto the Winter Wyvern, though. Just the LSA stun. JG going for the call onto the DK. DK trying to pummel away, take down this Axe. Axe is so low. They finally kill him. 3 heroes gone and 2 only remaining. 3 on the other side, but Bat's already disengaged. But CDR, he's just getting stun locked on the spot. Yeah. And Palos with Yowie, they make sure that this is a team wipe for Sean Connery, as they're just relishing the moment right now on the side of Darleng.
I really don't think this kind of execution will do, and like you said, like I said, they have some ways of coming back, and they are strong, and they're not out of it. But if you continue losing one T-fight after another, your chances are slim to probably nothing. Also keep in mind that all of these teamfights are happening with the Bounty Hunter track. So every time you lose a fight, you're losing a shit ton of gold. Like, it is level 1 track, but still...
It's the same old thinking in Dota, where if you're playing against a Bounty Hunter, every trade needs to go 1 for 2.
Yeah.
You can't trade 1 for 1 to make it profitable versus track.
Yeah. More or less. His track doesn't give as much as it used to back in the day when it was crazy amounts of gold, but it's still 1 for 2, I would say, just because it's not even. What they're gonna do? Who they're catching?
They're invading the jungle right now, but it's just a Bat Rider farming. They don't actually even see the Bat. And the thing is, with these smokes, you're bound to run into an Invis Bounty Hunter, and they're thinking he's on the area, but they actually run into the DK. DK just quickly... Okay, there we go. Bounty just walks into them.
As you
There is Palos. He's trying to jump in. This is a good jump here. They can maybe kill him with the call as well. Palos down. Just what they needed to do, and they're going to be successful in doing so. Cuckoo going for the optimistic teleport away, and then actually getting out with 400 HP, but the call, or actually even the curse in this case, hitting the back line, and there's your sudden turnover of a game. This is what Neon needed 15 minutes ago. And that's getting 4 kills and finally getting some kind of, you know, self-esteem.
That's what they needed to do. They needed to realize just how strong they were. But also they needed Darling to completely go crazy and just run into them. That was super weird. Bounty Hunter first. Okay, Bounty Hunter can do it. He has Yules. It's fine, but Faceless Void had absolutely no business running in there. Like, he had no chronosphere. It was on cooldown. And it was on a long cooldown, like 30 seconds or something. So even if he reaches everyone, he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna do anything. He has no BKB. Like this Mask of Madness, Mjolnir, SNY is cute, but if you get caught, you will die.
Yeah, if this if Neon doesn't continue scoring wins, they're gonna be in a bit of a pickle. In a bit of a pickle Drake.
Yeah,
JG
they
finds
jump
Cuckoo.
each other.
They got the Gleipnir. Stampede's in one. Does he use it defensively for Staff Sid? Yes, he does. He's gonna go for the runaway. CDR also used up in the air. DK coming in with full speed. They also got Jotun right on top of him. They isolate the Winter Wyvern. Bombi. And Paulos in the back line gets the chrono, but he's all by himself. Can he capitalize? Can he get any kills here? He gets maybe one, but Paulos, you've been decapitated by the axe. And Cuckoo walks in for the stun. You've got Drick trying to make his run, make his way out of this fight. It's not going well at all. Like, you know, you got a good chrono, but just not in time, not in the right place, and not killing anyone, getting killed yourself. Oh no.
So, how I feel about this and what's happening is he doesn't have a BKB on Void, and it's I can get it because you're playing into Axe, right? You're playing into Winterskers. It's a problem. You buy a BKB and then you have two heroes to deal with it. But without it, he's not really even hitting that hard in the Chronosphere. He needed more control there. He needed someone to deal with the Coddle, who wasn't caught in Chrono, unfortunately. It was a nice Chrono as well, in a way that it caught two important heroes. And Wyvern was already controlled on the other side, but he was too far. He didn't have time walk to get to the Lina on time as well.
Yeah. Like, Neon, with how this game started, you know, they were a bit ahead. Then, I would say, you know, a very mild case of 3-2-2. And now we're at 6-44, basically, because they're getting back in. Are we getting 9-6-6?
Very possible. The way this game is going, like you really, especially with the bounty that's buying Gags next.
Shaking off the morning dust, basically, on both of these two teams. 30 minutes into game number 1 as we're fighting once again inside the jungle. The lasso onto the Lina with the BKB up and running. CDR is pushed far behind. Cuckoo with the stun will connect. Lina in trouble. CDR needs a backup. LSA is there. They tried to get him out. Bombi with the heal. It might just do enough to keep him alive. JG's here. Palos again to the backline. 15 seconds for the chrono. CDR still trying to fight back, but there's so many targets around him. And now Neon, they're losing too. And Ken's to fall as well. The curse is there, but it won't save us life. And yeah, now this one. This fight instead, it's a lot better for Team Darleng. Maybe that is your 9-6-6 right there. So it's very back and forth.
Yeah, is this 6-4-4 or 9-6-6?
I think this is 9-6-6 now.
This is 9-6-6, okay, yeah. And Rosh is up, by the way. They did scout it. The problem is it's going bottom, so to do Rosh, it's gonna be a Radiant one. We need to go down.
Next up is 1288. Jotun finds Bombi.
1288, let's go. They are not doing Rush, by the way. Is that 1288 on its own? I guess they can force a fight around it instead. They have Chrono. Also, one thing that I'm missing in these fights are some crits from Lina. You know, I'd like to see them, but nothing's happening. No MKB, no crits. Like, she hits super hard, but I'd like some more oomph. It's going for Skadi.
The good old oomph.
Yeah.
Real Dota term. Just a bit of extra oomph. That's all you need.
All we need is some oomph.
For some reason I have Mambo number 5 ringing in my head. A little bit of oomph is all you need. Da, 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 da.
Does he ever say that? That's not a part of the lyrics, right? Like, you just made that up.
Yeah, it's just misheard lyrics.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure, I know you're you're finished. Maybe there is.
Oh, you know I'm finished. Wow, clap.
Yeah, I mean maybe there's a female's like women's name Oomph up there, but I don't think so. There is Ulv, I know, like in the.
It's not too far. I'm pretty sure there's a name like that in Sweden as well. Let's see. They're wrapping up. They're wrapping up right behind. They're gonna get the jump on Marcy. Scurf denies my facts here. Marcy getting killed. There's a nice curse on 4. They're gonna kill Mr. Drick. And Bombi gets 872 gold for a support Batrider kill. What?
He soloed it.
I soloed it, but 870 gold, 32 minutes into the game. I mean, come on. We're not looking at the comeback mechanisms of 2019 or 2018 even. JG, that's the PKB. Get out. That's your. Now he's down to 6 seconds. We're getting requests from our production team to continue our hero lists. We'll have to see if this wish will be fulfilled. We have one, but we're saving it. We're saving it for next game. We were given an assignment.
The time has to be right. It has to come to us. You can't force it. You know? We are stars.
Yeah, we're scripting everything.
Exactly.
Even the score line, right? We're getting 1288 very soon.
22-22, dude. Like, look at this. Perfect.
Yeah.
Balance.
Caster's start game is a real thing. We are the ones in charge.
We truly are, and they're gonna start pushing high ground. There's an Aegis, and there's a Black Dragon. No, he's kind of... I don't know if that he's kind of silvery, but still, it's a Aghanim's dragon.
Making solid work with this tier 3 tower. Palos, with the use of that shard, you can always get a bit of information, but you just don't want to get insta-cursed or caught or something, because that could be worthy of initiating on if the Faceless Void's out of position. Sadly, still that Aegis is going to make things harder. Yeah, harder to open up a fight.
Yeah, he's just debating a bit, jumps in, provokes reaction, jumps back out. It's something that probably isn't talked a lot during casts, and that's mostly because play-by-players are usually like 3K, so it doesn't get mentioned. But I'm sorry to all my play-by-players. I'm joking. It's just a joke. But poking people,
just a prank, bro.
Yeah. Poking is so important in Dota. Like, not even, you don't have to do anything. You just provoke some reaction. That's it. You know,
yeah,
like some
poke and prod.
Exactly, some random attack. There's just so much bluffing happening in Dota. Like it's a game. It's not all straightforward. You need to bait someone out. Can't force things. Forcing things is for scrubs. But this DK is doing it though. Just go uphill.
Forcing the attention from Lina, and Palos is like, I could chrono here, but nah.
Honestly,
the glyph.
Honestly, that chrono would have been perfect. Like, he would have caught both Wyvern and Lina if he casted it over the trees.
That's pretty much all you need. They got the melee racks out of the way though, and Palos is just, you know, he's irritating them right now, you know.
He's just showing himself, like, if you go on this dragon, I will chrono you, and that's it. If you don't go on this dragon though, you lose Raxus. So what do you do, guys? Decide. They will smoke up. That's what they're gonna do.
Smoke out a base right behind CDR. The call goes out onto Yowie. Yowie is down to half HP. Heavy right clicks coming in. Palos thinking about the chrono there for a second, but he's committed now. And he's just going to take the fight to the Lina. Doesn't care at all. There's the curse with Axe calling at the same time. Palos, he's almost finished off CDR. CDR is down for 70 seconds. That's your carry gone. He's going straight diving deep into the enemy base. Actually pulls himself back in. What a play from Palos. He feeds his Aegis. But he doesn't really care about it at this point. Bosco goes for the stun onto the Winter Wyvern. The call coming out from JG. Do they have to blow up this Faceless Void? Palos, you've just played yourself. Cuckoo going for the TP out. Jotun, he's also trying to get out of there, but he's going to get Yuled up into the air. And the call is ready for JG and into the Illuminate Blast. Ladies and gentlemen, there's your 1288.
Dude, I loved your what a play from Palos, and I'm looking at it. Wait, what the hell? Why is he going back?
That's the whole point, Lizard. You know.
Yes,
Why would he do that? He jumped out and went back in when there was nothing left to give.
You have to embrace the silliness, Deep Panda. You have to embrace it.
Exactly, but yeah, Palos. Well, I mean, they did do some decent structural damage inside of Neon's base, so yeah, we do a bit of throwing.
Yeah, it was okay. They did, like you said, they took one side. Some structures have been taken. They also forced some buybacks. They also did kill the Lina, so she didn't get a lot from that whole fight. Still only a level 20, 3 levels behind the Void. All things said, it's not great what they've done, because I feel like it could have been better, but then again, could have been worse. So, Axe, next one. That's a BKB.
Oh, he killed the range creep just before Caudle was getting there. Gonna have to take Lina's teleport to the outpost, and Lina's here, turning things around.
That's
maybe
cold.
Axe is
Holy
fighting
shit.
to the end. Cuckoo dropping low. JG surviving, gets another dunk. Does he get another one? Gets lassoed up by the Bat Rider. CDR will finish him off. Curse is also onto Yowie. The DK in trouble right now, and they don't have the damage output. At least on the side of Darleng, they will lose their heroes here. And Yoke getting caught as well. That's another set of 4 kills going for Neon after the fight. Man, that was so close again that they would just get an axe pick off. It starts from such a small thing and escalates.
Dude, that call was just stupid. Like, he called just as Batrider jumps him, so the lasso, it was like perfect timing. I don't think I've seen a more perfect timing in a really long time. Damn. He doesn't have buyback, so that's kinda alright for Darleng. They won't be able to perhaps push, but Palos, they know.
They are around. He does have Chrono available. Castaway finds him. Trickster Cloak used. There's a gem on Marcy. The chase is on, but a bit too far away to catch. Right, so, we've got Ignis Fatus coming up shortly. He's already got the money for it, just needs to buy it off, but probably saving for buyback as he has 3k positive.
I'd rather see some E-Blade though. Like, have that E-Blade casted on Lina or Hex. Like, E-Blade or Hex would be much better for me.
I always like Hex.
Yeah. Like, I was thinking, why is he not going Hex? And then, yeah, there's some status resistance on Void, but still, it's nothing great. I feel like
Ignis breaks blinks. It does damage. I didn't actually know that until now, but Ignis actually does 75 damage, so it does break blinks.
but it's kind of... I just don't like it here. I think it's a waste of gold. Like, it's okay, they have melee heroes and everything, but if you... basically, why you're thinking about Ignis... Right now, Keeper is thinking about which item do I buy to save my Lina a little bit longer. That's it. And I feel the T-Blade might be the best one. But, okay.
Yeah, there's 3 heroes without BKB, and one of them is the Faceless Void, so that minor, that small moment where the Faceless Void lets his guard down, gets hit by Ignis, that could just be enough. And they also already have the Hex on Caudle, actually. He did end up buying that instead, so you got your wish through.
Yeah, dude, Caudle's Axe is, like, it's been garbage for a while. I mean, if you get it, if you have to buy it, you buy it. But I mean, it's not terrible, but there are better items. That's it. Okay, they go with the Hex. They go with the Smoke as well. Void is far. It's far from his teammates. They need to move back a bit. The only problem that I see with the Hex is they have some Lotuses already, so...
Just gotta time it right.
Yeah.
The price is right. Dragon form is out. 40-second cooldown. Heading towards the Roche pit. They're gonna start Roshan. There's gonna be a pretty loud roar, potentially. Nice Dagon there. Destroys the illusion. Do they get any idea? Palos is right nearby the Roche pit. Can he time it? No, he can't. He just already recovered. And the Roche banner picked up by Marcy. They do now get their DK form. 10 seconds.
Yep.
They're gonna need it if they're gonna fight it.
If you could perhaps bait on the Lina. Wyvern is so far from them, so they're just waiting to see from which side does Dire come, because they didn't see them on the map. They were smoked. And, they were too worried to move away easily from the rush pit, but okay. They get the Aegis, they move away now. They could perhaps take the Tormentor, smoke up again, and take the play.
Yeah, what a play!
Yeah. So, what do you think? Who's got better chances at the moment? Is it pure 50-50?
I mean, currently we're at 1288, so what does that mean? That means we've countered the 3-2-2 twice.
Yeah.
So I can't go up against late game Void, man. There's just something about it that I can't break in my thought process. How do you beat this hero that's considered the best late game hero? I want to say Neon right now, but if this game stretches further, I'm going with the Faceless Boy. Okay, yeah, I'm all Darleng if they're going to jump like that, but Lina is safe. JG going for the call onto the sideline, only catches Jotun. They're trying to finish off CDR. He's fighting Cuckoo right now. The Chrono is there. It's got the Axe inside. They realize Axe is the big issue. CDR is there to help him out, though. They will finish off JG. CDR doesn't get to hit anybody right now. They're just fighting this Lina and trying to hit the backline at the same time. Wyvern in trouble as well, but they got the Cuddle. Ken is going to be the next target. They got the last one to Lina. Lina doesn't get any damage out. Castaway trying to move in to save him, but they will drop Ken. Ken down as well. Now CDR left with Castaway, who's also dying. Bombi getting bullied in the backline. Ken buying back into the fight. CDR's age is gone. Castaway dropping low as well, but Palos looking for another jump in. They will get Jotun down with the Dagon, and now Lina surrounded by 4 heroes. Can they get CDR down? The curse is coming in. Palos is slowly dying to the damage. Castaway's right there. LSA stun. Palos is down. They're gonna look for Yowie as well. Yowie trying to get away with the Manta. Drick is trying to back him up, but he's got no mana left. And Cuckoo has nothing left as well either. Just slowing them down with the Shivas and helping his buddy, trying to get them out. But it's gonna cost his life as well with the stun connecting and a triple for Ken coming from the buybacks. And now, Neon, you gotta get some buybacks in return. Otherwise, this could be one more fight and Darleng could just beat you with it.
Yeah, very nicely done by them. At the end of that fight, the tail end of the fight was good. The beginning was, yeah, very wonky. I feel like they could have had a much easier way to enter fight than how they did, especially with the fact that they have an Aegis on Lina. So Lina was a bit too far out, like CDR was way too far from his teammates, so the backlines were completely cut off by the Faceless Void. You lost so many heroes before CDR actually started dishing out damage to everyone.
Caught Jotun as well on the side. Marcy with the gem, getting the backup. They got the Hex on the bat before anything gets done. And they force one of the buybacks. They force the Faceless Void as well back in. DK dropping low and gonna get dunked in the face. Palos with his BKB. 23 seconds for the Chrono to be up. Palos, he doesn't have much to give right now. He's trying to get away with his BKB already running up. And the call from JG coming out as well. The system's gonna be there on the Faceless Void, dropping really low on HP. Jotun's so low. And they're just forced away. And that's your dieback. Neon, they force out the GG, and that cost them the entire game as well. Neon to take the first one out of this one. Holy, very back and forth, Blizzard, but there can only be one victor.
Yeah, there can only be one. No, I can't say. Should I say nice?